r/Askreddit. What's some juicy gossip you just found out in your personal lives? I'm a teacher, and apparently I don't pay attention to shit. Last year, my vice principal announced that he would be leaving at the end of the year. Let's call him Mr. Bob. I was shocked, as I liked and respected him a lot. It was well known that he was pretty unhappy, and it had been a tough year. I was confused though, because nobody else seemed shocked or upset. At the end of the year, I thought it would be nice to have everyone sign a card for him, but when I took it around, people started giving me these weird looks. Fast forward to halfway through this year, one of our teachers showed up with a change of her last name. It was now Mrs. Bob. I congratulated her and said I didn't even know she was seeing anyone, to which she laughed and said, "You're so bad." I was confused and shook it off. Long story short, I just recently found out that she and Mr. Bob had fallen in love or something, and he left his wife for her. He literally divorced his wife on a Thursday and was married by Friday. I had no idea until she mentioned his first name and that they were moving out of the state. Looking back on it, I facepalmed so much. His wife at the time also worked for the district, and at one point I ran into her and expressed how much I would miss working with Mr. Bob. She gave me a weird look and said, "Yeah, well apparently he's been pretty miserable." To which my dumbass responded, "Well, let's hope he finds what he's looking for." I assumed it was all about his job satisfaction. I'm such an asshole. My office manager has a huge giant massive HR case being built against her because she's been pulling royally shady shit. Last year, some of us had been having issues with system access at my job. Thankfully not me. It's a known issue and it's been getting fixed here and there, but then it rears its head again. Anyway, about 5 or 6 months ago, a friend of mine in another department started losing access. My office manager, who is my boss, she runs the whole friggin' megilla, tells this person to go home for the day since you don't have system access, and specifically told that it wouldn't be held against her. So, what the hell? It's not like she can do her job anyway, right? She goes home. This happens about 8 more times, where she comes to work and her systems don't work and she is told to go home. Now, fast forward to about 2 weeks before the year ended. The girl who's been being sent home gets called over by her manager and told that she has to sign a final written warning. When asked why, she is told it's because she has used all her FMLA and sick leave. She said that is not possible and asks for proof before signing the document. Her manager pulls up all the times and days it was used, and, lo and behold, it was every single time she was told to go home because of system access. This is, of course, illegal as shit. My coworker did not choose to go home. She did not choose to use her FMLA and sick leave. My office manager did that for her. So just about 3 weeks ago, my coworker gets called into our office manager's office and is told that she needs to give up her medical records. Also illegal as fuck. She declined and told her she will not do that and is still not signing the final written warning. She then proceeded to call HR with all of this, who then tells her, "It's funny you should bring this to our attention because you're not the only one who's called us about things like this happening with her. We're building a case against her as we speak. Shit's about to go down and I'm fucking here for it. I hate my job and I've actively been looking for a new one, but part of me wants to stick around to see if they tote her ass off to jail or the mass shit show that will happen when she's fired." Edit. Woo boy, this got blown out of proportion. I promise everyone, if I'm around for the aftermath, I will update somehow, lol. No clue how long this case has been being built by HR, and no clue how long it will take to come to fruition, but if I'm here for it, and it does, I'll definitely do something to update everyone who's interested, lol. Edit 2. Electric Boogaloo. Nothing so far, folks. I think this case might take longer to build than you, or even I'm thinking. Trust me when I say, I wanna see this come to fruition, just as much as you guys do. Edit 3. The 18th of April 19. Still nothing, guys. I'm starting to think nothing's going to come of it, or if it is, it's not going to be anytime soon. I will post a new thread in some subreddit somewhere when, and if it happens, providing I still work there. That my brother asked my mom for a $1,000 for rent. She gave him $1,400 so he could also pay back a loan. Then he turned around and also asked my dad for $1,000 for rent, which he also gave him. He then turned around and used the money to buy tickets to Burning Man. My parents aren't going to lend out any more money without talking to each other first. I just found out my neighbor has been having an affair with another one of my neighbors and the kids figured it out. I used to see them go jogging sometimes. Nancy Drew and the oh no, our parents are fucking. My work requires everyone in our group have security clearance. It's boring work and the most basic of clearances. Wednesday, a coworker's desk was completely cleaned out. We were told she lost her clearance and was fired. Weird. Her BFF spilled the beans later. Turns out Sharon had met a man online and they were madly in love. And she cashed out her 401k, her life savings and a second mortgage to send to him. She's 67. To no one's surprise, he's not a real person, and it was all a scam. He claimed he was royalty from Nigeria. Work found out when she started borrowing money from co-workers, and it made its way to our boss. It's very sad, but still, WTF, she was around when the whole Nigerian ML scam was around. She should have known better. A year ago, my family member, 26, discovered that his fiancée, 29, of 7 years, who he has 2 children with, had been having an affair with his younger brother, who just turned 18. His brother was living in his house rent-free at the time as well. So his fiancée left him for his brother and had a fling with him for a couple months. The younger brother is basically homeless now, jumping from friend to crash at their houses while working at a job that he makes minimum wage at $7.25 while she is still living under her ex-fiancé's roof. She then decided she wanted to work things out with her ex-fiancé, so they got back together and decided to reconcile the relationship, which left the younger brother furious. Shortly after that, she finds out she is pregnant, but does not know which brother is the father. Her fiancé said he would raise the baby as his own, even if it was not his. So she decides to keep the baby. This makes the younger brother more furious, because she aborted the child before this baby that she knew was the younger brother's. So the younger brother verbally attacks her for aborting that child and keeping this one, because there is a chance it is her fiancé's. She is unemployed during this time, so her fiancé is paying for all of the expenses. 9 months later, still unemployed, she has the baby, and it ends up being the younger brother's child, and they all try to do co-parenting. The baby is 3 months old now, and my family member's fiancé left him for his younger brother again. Edit. Thanks for the silver and gold. Edit. I edited the fiancé and fiancé errors I had in the initial post and added spaces to break up the whole post. Thank you. My cousin has been together with his wife for 14 years and has had a girlfriend for just as long. Neither of them knew about the other. He got caught because of an image on Facebook. His wife's sister posted a family picture which my cousin was in and got recognized by his girlfriend's sister's acquaintance. He got away with that for 14 years. I have a co-worker I'll call Jess, who always talks about her kids in detail and asks for favors because of her kids, i.e. picking up shifts, asking for rides, etc. One of our other co-workers' son goes to the same bar as said girl. She doesn't know who he is, and one night was spilling her guts about how she always takes advantage of her co-workers and that she doesn't even have kids. She doesn't know that we know. Edit. Thank you so much for all the comments, golden suggestions. I will definitely update everyone if anything interesting develops. My stepbrother started dating this girl a short while ago. They were invited to my wedding, but then his dad basically uninvited him to the wedding because it turns out the girl is a prostitute and my stepbrother will bring her to clients. So he is kind of in pimp territory. Also, she makes porn movies, and she's pregnant, and we assume it is my stepbrother's baby. My family is quite normal otherwise. This is like mega gossip for my family. Edit a few things. I'm not comfortable giving out her porn name, but she is in the BBW category. As far as him being a pimp, she was doing this before they met. He is still technically a pimp, doing deliveries and such, but this isn't some human trafficking thing, according to the information I have. They found out by someone on my stepdad's side of the family stumbling onto her porn online. My stepbrother is in a few of the videos. Edit 2. The reason my mother was also pissed was because she got them a hotel room for the night before the wedding, and the location changed for that date was noted on her calendar. Basically my mom was worried the police would think she was a pimp if my stepbrother and his GF got in trouble with the police, considering she paid for the room on her credit card. Well, my dog acts like she doesn't like our new cat, but I caught them playing last night, and as soon as she noticed me, she runs over to me pretending she wasn't playing. Scandal. I have no life. This was the peak of my weekend. Edit. Thanks for the silver. My first silver, who this weekend has now hit a new peak. Oh my goodness, and my first gold. Thanks everyone. This is too much excitement. I think I need a nap.